Welcome to the channel, folks. Clunkers and Classics. We're going hot and heavy on the 81 Silverado. Last episode I changed over the bed by myself. If you haven't seen the last episode, click on it, show the progress so far. Did a little painting underneath on the frame and a little painting on the, we repaired the cab corners down here and put some paint over that for now. Of course it'll be all painted, but mainly wanted to get all in here. I bolted it all on. Got the 4 bolts on the back or front, 4 in the back. Gonna weld up these two. The other truck had it there and there. This one had it there and there. So there's no use putting in 2 other bolts. We're just going to weld them up. Later on, I don't know if this video, I'm going to take a wire brush or something and clean all this crud off of here and probably just pour 15 over the rust, little rusty areas, not the whole bed, just the rusty areas. Later on we'll sand this down and either put some bed coating on it or paint it black, something like that. Okay, but this episode we're going to concentrating on doing the body work. Very little rust left. Just a rust-free bed. Changed the bed over because the other bed was all rusty around the wheel wells and the bottoms. Holes in the bed, holes in the tailgate. Swapped over the bed and the tailgate. All rust-free. Other than just the surface rust here that'll sand out. Okay, later on today, or this video, we're going to fix this. This is the worst rust spot now on it, is this door right here. And it's rusty underneath. Rusty in here. And underneath, we're going to grind all that out. Wire wheel probably down in the bottom there. Weld in a piece of metal here. Pour 15 the bottom. And that's what we did on these cab corners. Welded in a piece of metal here. Here. We'll do the same thing with that door. I think that's the only rust. Well, there's a little rust spot on the inside of the driver's door. The outside's good, but we'll sander down the metal, make sure it hasn't been bondoed up and all that. If so, we'll grind it all out and redo it all. Rest of the truck, there's just little dings and stuff, nothing major. This side of the bed's really not that bad. There's a few dings on it. But I don't know what somebody had on here, but there's a million of these holes. Just all over the top of the bed on both sides. There's a dent here. There's a dent in here somewhere I've seen. But we'll start off with this one. This side. You can see mainly this dent here. And it's just hammered all the way down here. There. I was going to mark it out for you in a marker, but I think you can see it pretty good. You can see them all. Just hammered. I don't know what, looked like someone took a hammer or something. Or they're loading scrap in it or something. Okay, so we're going to take the tool. Let me open up this door here. We're going to take this dent puller tool from Vivor. When I was working on the 78 White El Camino, I showed using it a few times. It's great machine. The little tip here welds to the bare metal, and you use this slide hammer here, pull them out. So yeah, we'll roll that out over here. And I'll set you up on a tripod. But first thing we got to do is grind all the metal out. Grind all this out to bare metal so the weld sticks to it, and the bondo. So we're going to grind all this here. I'll set you up on the tripod and you can watch me. I'm going to put on a new grinding disc. These top holes, you can either weld them up if I weld them up, first I'll have to grind it, then weld it up, then grind the welds, and then put some putty over it to smooth the weld or grind marks out. So I think we'll just put the bondo glass. I bought a little quart of bondo glass. Hardly used any of it for the cab corner repairs. There really isn't much on this truck to use it on. Maybe a little bit more on the bottom of that passenger door. So we're going to mix some up, and I think I'm just going to fill all these holes in here with it. It'll last forever. Like I said, it's waterproof, so water can't get up there, penetrate through it like body filler and crack. Plus we can throw some paint up underneath here later on when we paint the bed. Okay, so I think that'll be the easiest, quickest way to do it. Okay, so I'm just going to grind all this area here. We can go along it here. Whoop. One dent right there. There's this dent here, which caused that one there. I guess we'll grind that one out too. What else have we got? I think that's about it. Below the body line. That, okay. Yeah, that's good there. So it's a little wavy, but once we pull these dents out, it should be all right. So basically, I'm going to grind all the top and grind down to about here. Okay, and then we'll grind these holes here too while we're at it. We'll do one side at a time, and then grind out this area here. Okay, so I'll set you on a tripod and we'll do that. This here's the surface rust. That'll just DA off with 80 grit. Well, later on we'll take a razor blade, cut all this. I already pulled all the old moldings off, but we got to get the adhesive and stuff off. We'll take a razor blade to that. This is two-tone, just like the red truck, so it's going to go red, then black, up to about here, and then red, just like this. I'm going to take this off too. Okay, so I'll set you up on a tripod, and we'll do the top of this bed here. I'll grind it first, and then we'll use the dent puller. Okay, so I'll be back. Okay. Okay guys, to get the idea, we want it all like that. So I'm going to take a little die grinder, get all the little middles of these, tell where all the dents are, and grind all this out a lot better. Okay, so let me finish grinding all this out and we'll be back with the dent puller and start pulling dents. Okay guys, I got a late start in the day and it's supposed to be 20% chance of rain, but I think it's tonight. But I want to get this top area done here first in case it rains. So anyway, all the little holes, we're just going to tap them in a little bit. You don't want them too high. You can see here where I ground it, they're high. Okay, so I'm going to go along through that and take some 80 grit with a DA and smooth this out, even though we're going to have to pull in here too, but I'm going to smooth that out and spray some rust neutralizer over it and fill these in with a bondo glass. So I'll be back when I'm ready to do that. Okay guys, I went over it with my DA with 80 grit, mainly because all this surface rust was embedded in there. That's why we're going over it with some rust neutralizer. There's some bondo glass here I mixed up. I'll show you the can here in a minute. I showed it on the last episode. So we're just gonna put a little skim over the holes. About like that. And smooth it out and get it straight with bondo later. Hopefully I mixed up enough. Probably didn't, but we'll get some here. Little ones here. Okay, so I'm gonna put some rust neutralizer. Well, let me get it. Let me keep it going here. The back screen went dead. I hope it's still recording. Rust neutralizer right here. Ah, shit, I don't have very much left. I'm gonna have to get another can of this. So yeah, if you got this embedded rust in here, just spray this over it. Like I said, I'm doing all this now because it's fixing to rain at some point. I got a late start in the day. Normally it would be better to do this start in the morning, get all this done, and then get this whole area done in primer by the end of the day. Even if it ain't raining because of the morning dew and stuff. But I'm gonna try at least get the top done. Okay, so that's done. It's protected if it does rain. Let me see what time it is and we'll get the dent puller and pull these out. Okay guys, we got the dent puller ready. Let me get this. Okay. Start with this one here. There's pretty thick metal on these troll trucks. You know what it is that little tip there. I gotta grind that off. Hang on for a second. Okay, I'll try it. Now, I don't know what I did. It's just not getting a good Okay, let's try this. Well, guys, it's coming, but it should be better than that. I'd probably flip this around and get one of these edges here, because I don't know what it's doing. Just got a piece of slag thing on there. Let me find the I'll find an Allen key for that. I'll be back. Okay, guys. I changed the tip over to that. See what happens. Man, it's just not sticking to this metal. I don't know what it is. It sure stuck good to the metal on that El Camino. I mean, it's coming out, but it's should be able to get a better pull than this. Well, guys, I don't know what's up with this thing. Okay, I figured out how to make that second digit go up. See what happens. Well, guys, just banging down the high spots here, which will make this come out. Needs to be pulled a little bit more in there, but I don't know what's up with this damn thing. I don't know, unless it's not getting a good ground. I got the ground up here. I don't know, guys, there's something's wrong with this. Seems like it needs more power to get on there, but anyway, it's pretty close. Pretty close. Okay, let me mess with this puller some more. I'll be back later. Okay guys, let's try this again. You have to keep grinding this metal to get a good contact. And once it gets on there, let it sit there for a second before you pull it. No, I don't know, guys. Something to do with the metal. The machine here is working, but it's moving, but not as good as it did on the El Camino. I just did this one here on the side and it worked pretty good. Try some up here. And I tried turning up the voltage, but anyway, I'll mess with it some more. Okay guys, I found a setting that gives it 3 zaps. Trying to get these out here. So you can see it, it'll there. There it goes. A lot better. I need the my little hammer. Okay. Coming out now. Oh, that's pretty close, pretty good. This one here is banged in pretty far. Well, guys, I think it's something to do with this metal. Is it like partially galvanized or something, or? I've been kind of grinding the area and grinding the tip here to get it a little bit better. Anyway, yeah, I got to take a little grinder to that areas. Hang on for a second. Try that. Yeah, something's up. Kind of hit and miss. Well guys, I'm just gonna have to mess with it off camera. It's kind of hit and miss. You see me, a couple of them popped out. We just need to get some more of this. This one here eventually got it out pretty good. This little skimmer bondo filler right there. And pop that a little bit. Yeah, I don't know if it's just, I think it's grounded. It's just something's up with that metal, because man, it pulled perfect every time on the El Camino metal. Anyway, I'll be back. Okay guys, I'm out here in the dark. Mixed up some bondo. I'm gonna do this area. I DA'd this down with 80 grit, and we're gonna skim that, skim this, and skim this. So we only got about half of it. I'm letting the dent puller thing cool down, because doing that little 3-shot deal there made it pretty hot. I should have filled the dents in first and then skim it, but anyway, this truck ain't gonna take very much bondo at all. Used about a gallon on that 78 El Camino. This one ain't gonna take much. Other than this bed here, there isn't really that many dents on it. Yeah, I should have filled in the dents. Dents in first, and then sand it down a little bit, and then skim the rest like this. Okay, yeah, I still don't know what's up with this. If it's the machine or this metal. I'm thinking this little end is copper plated or something, and maybe you're not supposed to grind it, because then it'll get down to metal, and it's shooting power and into it, just not sticking very good. Every once in a while it will. I don't have that far to go, just a couple little dents in here. See here, I've been trying. But I'll get them. If I get too frustrated, I'm gonna drill some holes in there and use the old-fashioned way. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna continue on with that, and I'll be back later. Okay guys, I use this dent puller here. drilled some holes, screwed it in, pulled them out. Right in these little areas here. So I do the same thing as these holes, put a little bondo glass, and then I'm going to put some bondo over here like this. This is some cheap bondo I bought off eBay, and then this bondo glass I got from Walmart. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, just using my DA with 80 grit and buzzed off the top of this bondo here. It's not too bad, couple little low spots. Skim it one more time. This one will probably have to skim a few times. It's kind of low right there, low right there. A little bit more on here. Now, the paint on this bed's not, if it wasn't, see all these scratches? I know it's dark out, but I got my light above me. If it wasn't for these scratches, I'd paint over top of this. Just DA it down with 180 and prime it. But there's so many scratches and everything. Little dent right there. So it's going to have to be pretty much DA'd down, even here. People must have just been loading scrap metal or something in there. A little bondo glass over the holes. Skimmed over the top of this. Fix and mix up some bondo, skim over this, and re-skim this. And I'm going to chalk this up to being, I'm thinking it's made out of galvanized metal. And that's why the welder wouldn't stick. It was getting enough heat. It just wasn't, I don't know. So I don't know. Maybe if I think about it and have time, I'll look up, see if an 80, come off of 84 Silverado, whether they use galvanized metal. It's the only thing I could think of. Galvanized metal does get surface rust, but it also account why this one doesn't have no rust holes in it. So I don't know. We'll try it on the next job and see if it sticks. But anyway, I'm just going to be spreading bondo. What's else? Oh, I don't know what else I wanted to say. Yeah, I'm just going to be working away. Oh, it's been 87 degrees today, 88 tomorrow. And right now, I don't know, it's about 8 o'clock at night. It's like, feels like it's about 75, 80 degrees out. A little breezy, but really warm. But the problem is, after tomorrow, it's going to have 2 days, 51 and 52. And 20% chance of rain, so it's not going to be sunny. I don't know how much work I can get done. But then after that, it shoots up into the 70s again. It's been 75, 80 degrees for the last week or so. That's why I think this is the third video in a row I've put out on this. Just been great weather. It's still February, but apparently we got 2 days of 50-degree winter weather coming in. Okay, so I'll be back later. Okay guys, next day. I ground all this down, tapped down the holes, put some rust neutralizer on it, fixing to fill these little holes here. It didn't rain last night, still looks like it's going to rain. It's supposed to rain tonight, so I want to get all this in primer. Okay, this side here, just skimmed it a few times with bondo, used a DA with 80 grit, smooth it out. These are just little small dents. I DA'd all them, see, I missed a little ding right there, I think. No, maybe not. No scratches and everything, so there was a couple little dings there. And these are little pinholes and stuff. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to take that down with 80, and then I'm going to take a block sander, I'll show you, with 80 grit, block it all down. Then probably go over it with 180 a little bit, and then that'll be ready to prime too. Then I just got to weld up them 2 bed holes. Try to finish all this today. or tonight, by the end of the day, so it doesn't get all rusty. And then the next 2 days is going to be like 51, 52 degrees and crappy, so not going to get much done. So I'm going to finish up this video today. We'll have to do this rust. Maybe I'll make a separate video on repairing the rust thing. And then after that, it's just little dings and stuff and sanding it all down. A lot of this will probably have to go to the metal, or pretty close. Except maybe the hood. The hood probably just needs to be scuffed down. But all this crap here, it needs to be down to the metal. And take the mirrors off. Okay, I was reviewing the footage of the messing with the machine on the other side, and it's a long boring footage, I think, but I left it in there because I get comments, want to see your work, want to see your work, less talking. Well, there you go. There's, I don't know, 20 minutes of struggling with that thing. So yeah, sorry for any of you that don't like it, fast forward through it, or well, it's probably too late now. But anyway, let me get at this and I'll come back when I block it down, get it ready to prime. Okay guys, DA'd it down pretty flat, and I used the DA paper on a block, and just so I just like to block it down because I don't like to buy all the extra sandpaper for a big bondo buster DA and an air file. Also, instead of filling all them holes, if you're doing a quick flip on something like that, you can buy those bed caps and stick them on there. I'm going to check on the price of them. I like to fix all the stuff anyway and paint it before I stick bed caps on. But I think I'd like a bed cap at least for the tailgate protector. Anyway, let me block this down and I'll be back. Okay guys, I sanded this down and put some primer on it. There's still a bunch of dings and dents, but running out of time here. So just put a little primer on there to keep it from rusting. Now this side here, instead of blocked it all out with 80, went over it with 180 a little bit. It still needs a little spot here, but that's okay. We'll get that later. Rest of this hair is pretty damn straight. Of course, we'll be priming and blocking it again, but got my cheap $10 Harbor Freight gun. A little bit of red paint and thinner from when I painted them cab corners in the gun, so I just mixed in the primer with that. Don't throw anything away. A little red paint in with the primer ain't gonna hurt nothing. There it is, pretty straight. This gun is... This gun, there's something wrong with it. Had a dud. Trigger keeps... Luckily I bought 4 of them when they're on sale for 10 bucks each. Okay, so I'm going to use up what's in the gun, put another couple of coats on there, and I did this little area here. And get it trigger. Just DA'd the surface rust off of that. Okay, primer I've been using lately is this Speed Coat 2K. There ain't very much left in there. I'm gonna have to order some more. You can see it's a little dark. It's a 2K primer, which means hardener. But a subscriber bought me this from O'Reilly's. I think it was 70-something bucks, but it's been a year or two. And I just haven't used it on any of my good cars because it's just a regular gray acrylic primer surfacer, no hardener or nothing. It's just a cheap primer. You just mix in thinner and paint it. But it's good enough for this truck. It might be alright. It's just that I like to use the two-part primer, epoxy type primer. It'll just be a lot better product to put on bare metal and stuff. But this truck, I don't think it'll matter too much. Don't bother with all that expensive, and do your body work. Slick it out as best you can with 180. Save you. You know, I've been watching what's Bad Chad and my friend Pete there. They buy that Evercoat liquid bondo. I forget what it's called now. And 250 bucks a gallon. And they spray the hell out of it. I think Bad Chad used 2 gallons for the first prime of that 50 Ford. Then he blocked it all down. And then he still had a bunch of pinholes and stuff in it. And then he used another 2 gallons and primed it again. That's 4 gallons, $1,000 worth of primer. It's really not necessary, guys. But he does body work a little different. He just does it with a DA and just 80 grit, and there's tons of, starts it with 40 grit, then 80 grit, so there's tons of scratches and stuff in it that he's got to keep going over with, well, he does it like me with the bondo instead of spot putty, but I think he did use spot putty on that one. But anyway, all that's unnecessary, guys. Slick it out as best you can. Then this one here, you just can sand her down with 180, prime it again, and then 320, 400, and it's ready to paint. So anyway, just thought I'd let you know about that. Okay, I'll use up what's in my gun, prime it again. When we come back, we'll fix all the other dents, like this one here. I bent this bed when I was doing it, so I got a little dent there. And then this bottom here is pooched out, and I thought I could straighten it out after it's on there, but the gas tank's right in the way, so I'm gonna have to figure something out on banging that down. This one here was all bent up too from taking it off, but as you can see, I just got under there and hit it with a hammer, and there's probably just a little I think right in here, a little bit of bondo here we're gonna have to put in, and a little bit right there. But other than that, it's pretty straight. I was hoping I could do that with the other side. So when we come back, we'll do that, this door corner, and just go over it and fix all the other little dents like this here. And we'll be DAing it all down with 80 grit, see how far we gotta get her down to the metal, and priming it and all that stuff. Okay, so like, comment, share, subscribe, all that stuff, and we'll see y'all next video. Thanks everybody for watching. Oh, the last video, I just posted it now. I think it's going on right about a half hour ago, so I can't comment on any comments on this video. The next video I got probably 2 days off with 50-degree weather for 2 days and cloudy and rainy. So I'll address comments next video. Okay, we'll see you next video.